let's expound on the Vimalakirti Sutra. This beginning part of Surangama Sutra is very lengthy. The dialogue between Sakyamuni Buddha and Ananda. This is truly just talking about the mind. It's covering so many aspects. Ananda said to the Buddha, "Well honored one, Sakyamuni Buddha, I now reflect further. Earlier, we've talked about the mind is not inside, the mind is not outside, and the mind is not in union with the eyes, not combined." And next, Ananda pondered and said, he was just guessing wildly. Each sentient being has a body which contains internal organs within, like the heart, the lungs, the spleen, the liver, the stomach, the colons are all inside the body, while the sensory orifices. So what are the 7 orifices? 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, and 1 mouth. Altogether 7. They're on the face, they're outside, on the surface. What is inside is dark. So, what is inside is dark. You cannot see them, the internal organs. And what is open is bright, which is the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. They're out on the surface, so it's easy to see. And what's concealed inside cannot be seen, and it's dark. Now, as I face the Buddha with open eyes, so when I open my eyes, I see. So that's called seeing outward, seeing Sakyamuni Buddha. When I close my eyes, I see darkness. You can't see anything, it's dark. I call this seeing inward. So what's on the surface is bright and what's inside is dark. So this should be right? Should be correct, right? And Sakyamuni Buddha told Ananda, when you close your eyes and perceive darkness, is that darkness in front of your eyes or is it not? So Sakyamuni Buddha told Ananda, when you close your eyes and perceive darkness without light, no sunlight, moonlight, lamplight, and the whole room is dark. So Does it mean you are in union with the eyes or not? This is all philosophical thoughts. Sakyamuni Buddha said, if it is in union with your eyes, and the darkness is in front of the eyes, then how can it be considered insight? How can it be insight? If the darkness is truly inside, then in a completely dark room, one without sun, moon, or lamp, can you liken such a dark room to your internal organs? In Taoism, there is a term to open the three burners. What are the three burners? The first one is the brow chakra, or we can say three dantians. Upper dantian at the brow, middle dantian at the heart area, and the lower dantian at the navel chakra. Those are called the three burners. So basically the internals, the inside, the organs and the burners. So if you're not in union with the eyes, then how can you say it is seen? I'm just basically saying it word by word because I don't want to explain it. It's just too verbose. So if you say that you see externally and form inner contact, you're in union with your eyes. You close your eyes and you see the darkness. That's your body. And you open your eyes and you see brightness. But why can't you see your own face? So, when you open your eyes and see brightness, why do you not see your own face? If you cannot see your face, then perception through inner contact does not hold. So that means that the mind and the eyes are not together. If you do see your face, your own face, nowadays we can look into the mirror, look in the mirror and you can see your own face, but if you don't look in the mirror, you can't see your own face. If you don't see your face, then the inner contact does not hold. That means the eyes and the mind are not together. Then you know that the mind and the eyes are in the space or in the sky, not inside the body. If your mind is in the sky, then it is not part of your body. In that case, should I, the Tathagata, now sees your face also considered part of your body? Your eyes already know that union with the body does not mean awareness. So now you have two perceptions, which means you have two minds. So we can see two Ananda, although you only have one body. So the mind, one mind can see inside and one mind can see outside. But looking outward, you can see your face. You look inward, you cannot see the internal organs or the three burners. So as if there are two Ananda, that would become two Buddhas. Therefore, you say that when you close your eyes, you see darkness. You open your eyes, you see brightness. That means there are two bodies, and that's the same as two Buddhas. And so that's meaningless, Sakyamuni Buddha said. I find that their dialogue is also meaningless, really. What is this looking inside, looking outside? Looking at the face, looking at the internal organs. If you have no mirrors, think about it. Can you see your own face? You cannot. Only through mirrors you can see your own face. So where is the mind really? You say the mind is inside, but you cannot see the internal organs. It's all dark in there. So what the Venerable Ananda said was also wrong. And Sakyamuni Buddha was continuing the dialogue, and it becomes even more confusing. If really there are two minds, the internal mind who can see the darkness and the outer mind who can see the face, then there would become two Buddhas from the two minds. But the mind is not inside the body. So what is really going on? So the mind is not inside, and the mind is also not outside. And the mind and the eyes are not in union, are not combined. And now, one mind is outside, one mind is inside, and that's also incorrect. So that's simply put. That would be faster, and not like the sutra that's so long-winded. And just wasting so much time and wasting a lot of my effort to think about it, and still doesn't make much sense. Therefore, it's best not to think about many things, because the more you think about it, the worse it gets. In Buddhism, there are many philosophies in it. It's better in Taoism. It's the philosophy of Lao Tzu and the Yellow Emperor, or Lao Tzu and Zhuang Tzu. And what is the philosophy of Lao Tzu and Zhuang Tzu? Don't think about anything, just go naturally. Just follow the natural course. There's no need to have too much knowledge. Lao Tzu regarded that the Tao follows the natural course, everything just goes naturally, then that would be fine. Do not force anything. So you live an ordinary life. But nowadays, with such an advanced science and technology, you don't necessarily live a happier life. It's more and more conveniences, which is right, which is true, but don't you feel that everyone is unhappy? Like the Lao Tzu philosophy from China's Taoism, you rise at sunrise and rest at sundown, and you don't think about anything, and then you would be happy. But now there's so many things to learn. Ever since you're very young, keep studying and studying and studying, and you gather more and more afflictions, and more things are invented, and more afflictions, and generating more and more afflictions and problems. But people in the ancient time, they don't have so much thoughts and opinions, I suppose. So I just live a very light and easy and quiet life. Work starting sunrise and rest at sundown. So work in the daytime and rest at night, and follow the natural course, and you would be happier that way. But if you go against the nature, then you would suffer. So talking about mind, Ananda was going down the rabbit holes. Where is the mind and the discrimination, the discernment, and overthinking it? Then you don't get good sleep. If you don't think about it, you have a good sleep. You sleep nicely or soundly. So, at the beginning of the Surangama Sutra, it's very long-winded, very verbose, but I still try to explain it clearly so you can understand, right?